Hi everyone, I'm Somprabh. I'm from ESSPL, Enterprise System Solutions Private Limited, software development firm based out of Bhubaneswar. I'm here to present our development on top of Odoo, which is a warehouse management system, which is our warehouse management system will help you digitize your warehouse operations as well as bring about operational efficiency. I'm going to walk you through that to try and explain to you how we have done and what we have done. So basically we'll talk about warehouse challenges, what are the challenges being faced. We'll give you a customer overview of a few customers where we have implemented our WMS, what has been the business impact, and the product portfolio. We have a few other pieces that we have developed on Odoo, so I'll be talking you through that. So warehouse challenges, I mean, we've worked with a lot of warehouse companies and we figured out there are some challenges. What are they? So we narrowed it down to 5 points. Inaccurate information, inventory information, simply because there are people who have it in their head and people who have it on pieces of paper which are not being updated frequently enough, or on Excel sheets which again are not being updated frequently enough. So that is one of the, you don't get a complete picture of what is where in your warehouse. Second is poor quality control, not only data because of, but operation wise you're missing things, people do it how they know how to do it and not as per a system or as per a process. Improper space management, again, all things are related because people do it as and how they feel, therefore you may be having good space management from a utilization perspective, but space is not actually being managed very well. Then the next point is orders coming in. How are the orders coming in? How are they integrated with the WMS? Because one of the key features is there must be an integration between the warehouse receiving the orders and being able to dispatch them, as well as the inbound stuff. And finally, again, because you don't have information for all the pieces, you don't know what is the need, what is the requirement for your labor force. So based on all these, we designed the workflow around the, built up a WMS on Odoo and designed the workflow to overcome these issues. I'll give you some customer overview first to tell you who are the ones where we have implemented it so that you, and then talk you through what we have done for them. So the first customer that I'll talk, this is our, I mean, just a map of the overview. For the WMS specifically, we are talking about 3 customers, Line Clear in Malaysia, Trident and Blue Bridge in India. So the first use case is Line Clear. What did we do for them? So they had an operations, they had a warehouse which was right next to the airport, and what they needed to do was there were lots of people bringing in their stuff and moving out pretty quickly. So they wanted to be able to invoice people based on cubic meter usage and for how long. And then of course, bill them for even their movements like receiving, picking up the orders and packing, and if doing some parceling and things like that, then that was the thing. So what we built for them was a customizable contract system, Odoo, with the warehouse. We managed it, we built it. Fairly complex contract management where we could put in things like you have a fixed amount for if your daily usage doesn't exceed so much, and then beyond that every day we'll calculate your daily usage and so on and so forth, and calculate the pricing at the end of the month, raise an invoice for you at the end of the month with all the details. Every day, your square footage usage, how many inbounds, how many outbounds, and what others services were provided to you within the warehouse. Then we made it flexible by making it a more complicated calculation of invoice, and then we charge, then create them monthly invoices, And it led to an advanced inventory management system where you not only managed where the inventory was, but all the movements were recorded and kept from where to where, what dates, against what orders, what ASNs, what was the document against which it was moving, so that the entire picture was available for reference as well as for accuracy. Then we'll go to the second customer, which was Trident, which is dealing in agro export and import. They wanted a WMS and an extra piece on the Odoo platform, where they would procure their harvest from the farmers, from the farmland. So a mobile piece to get all, do the procurement, and then bring it to the warehouse, do the sorting and grading, do the quality checks, and then if their quality failures happen, send it back. If things stay in the warehouse for too long, then there is wastage, to be able to track what is the wastage that is happening. So this is what we did for them, the warehouse management system, as well as the front-ending farm procurement piece also. Then the third not going ahead. The third one was Blue Bridge, which runs a warehouse for various, it's 3PL, various customers and everything. So we created to bring operational efficiency, we created a module, a workflow where there was little or no data entry during the operations, warehouse operations process. Everything mobile driven, scan and go, keep, scan and scan and scan. So we did that. Then we did custom quality checks, because anything incoming or outgoing would, if there is a quality control mechanism for a particular customer, we would go through that. Separate module integrated with the WMS and working together. Then space allocation for various customers. So you would do both. You would have space allocated for particular customers, and you would have free spaces where any customer's materials could be stored. So our WMS takes care of that. And then custom return orders. So this was one of the things where returns do happen. How do we handle that within our warehouse? So that was also part of this Blue Bridge implementation that we have done. Let's go forward. So this is just some screenshots of the Trident one, where we have added fields from where we could do a traceability right from our procurement. What was the procurement point? Who was the farmer, which farmland? So we are getting it from the harvesting line, which is the field operations. So we put it in there, and we are able to track it end to end as to when, what, and how it happened. How did this thing come into the system, and how is it going out? And of course, the line clear one, which was the customized billing services. So this is your contract that is entered to with the customer. And if you see, there will be lots of order services that are offered. Each one has a separate calculation involved with it. And we built the entire module, where now you just go ahead and do your monthly billing, create invoice, and it will create it with all the details and show it to you. You also have the reference of data against which you can match and validate that the invoice looks correct. Let's go on. So what we did was, when we have implemented these WMSs, our whole thing was, how do we bring about operational efficiency? How do we bring about better accuracy and things like that? So we tried to measure it, and here are the measures that we found based on the before state. This is the before state, where what was there before the WMS was implemented. The inventory accuracy, people claimed it was 75. We took it as that 75% accuracy. Order fulfillment, timeliness, and accuracy was about 65%. They said we don't have problems, only about 30-35% we have problems. Operational efficiency, nobody was measuring really. And manual tracking. Did they have to track stuff manually, go in and go to the warehouse and figure out, oh, where do I have my toothpaste carton, so on and so forth. So there was about 80% of the time they were doing that, especially if the key person was not available in the warehouse. So after the WMS implementations, the numbers have changed. Now the inventory accuracy is 100%. You not only know where you have, how much stuff you have in your warehouse, where it is in your warehouse. That whole picture you get as to, you can go by item wise, where all do I have this item and how much, or you can go by location wise and say what is it here in this location and so on and so forth. So we give you an entire picture. Order fulfillment timeliness, again, not 100% just because there will be some places where you don't have enough stuff in your warehouse to fulfill orders. Operational efficiency we are measuring now. We are saying if it was not there, how quickly we do stuff, how accurately we do stuff, not redoing stuff. That has brought about an operational efficiency of 25%, and this is like new implementations. Once they start to use further, it will go up. And manual tracking, of course, now the system, I mean, you write in whatever you want to do and you do your search and it will give you a whole history of when this item came, against what document, how long it was here, which locations, when did it go out, if it has gone out, and so on and so forth. So this is what we achieved on that side. Two things I'd like to talk about extra on this warehouse stuff is, one thing is end-to-end operational visibility slash the whole operations works. Right from integrating with your order management systems, which might be a third-party e-commerce or whatever, that integrated order management, so we have integrated with various e-commerce platforms. We have built integration hooks onto various order platforms like SAP or something like that. It's already there. The second part towards the end is we also have built these open APIs to integrate with various courier companies or with various fleet management companies or other things who you use for delivery, so that this process becomes seamless. There is all the documents get generated at the same time. They are there with the load so that they can be scheduled and done in one go, and you have the full. So once it reaches its destination, you get some information and you can update it and say this is a complete cycle done. So even that information is there. And the second part that I'd like to talk about is, again, quality of data and quality of things. How does we improve it? By, again, operational, by the scans and no data entry stuff. And the second is by using cycle counts. So, and the good part about our cycle counts is you don't have to stop operations. We are able to selectively do cycle counts in various locations of various items and things like that, or a mix of both, to not stop your operations from happening in the warehouse. And that ensures every now and then you have your inventory accuracy at 100%. So other than the WMS, which was the basic full-fledged feature rich thing that we have developed a few other add-ons on the Odoo platform, and I'll just talk you through them. So there is a food court management system. Of course, the 3PL warehouse management we already talked about. We have done some Indian accounting, the US accounting, and then there is a Trikista, which is a track, trace, and transform. I'll just talk about the salient points about all of them. So the Trikista is a custom mobile device based order fulfillment. It also, so this is basically what we are talking about, starting from getting the material into your warehouse and taking it out through your TMS or through your courier services, integrating the receipt of goods on the other end also, so that you can track and trace it throughout your life cycle of the product within your warehouse purview. warehouse and transportation. So we managed to do both. So it's an integrated piece which takes care of even if the we have integrated it even in the trucking coming in and to the trucking going out to the end of years. So it has all these features, custom return orders. Again, we already talked about the warehouse features and order processing dashboards. So based on your departments, you can see what are the what do you say, tasks for today, how many have I completed. So there's a running dashboard. So operations is happening throughout the warehouse, scan and go, and the dashboard is being updated. So many inbound orders, so many inbound ASNs to be received, so many outbound orders to go, so many quality checks to be done, so many, what do you say, inward movements to be made because of the picking module, which gives you just the counters telling you where you are as a performance for the day. And it can be increased for month or week or whatever, however you want to do it. The 3PL also we already talked about it, so I'll not go into that much detail. It is mainly a WMS with an add-on feature for invoicing based on services used. Main services was space, the others were inbound, outbound, quality, packing, waterproofing or whatever. So all those kinds of things. Indian accounting, again, we have implemented some custom GST reports, vendor advance payments, customer advance payments, then TDS capture logic, internal funds transfers within various accounts that you have in various branches and all that. How do we, all the data entry happens from the one flow does the entry in all the places. So you don't have to do it differently in different places and stuff like that. Then one is which we have not talked about is the food court management. This is more like when you go to a mall or something like that, you have lots of food stalls, and so you go sit down. So there is an operator who operates this food court. So on each table you have a QR code, you scan it, you get the menu of all the food stalls. You order in one place as a person, you order only once, whatever you want from whichever stall. Once it is ready, it comes to you. What we have done is the order flows into the various stalls themselves. Once the orders are ready, back to us through Odoo, we'll inform you, WhatsApp or anything like that. You've got your order is ready, you can go and pick it up or so on and so forth. Beyond this, we have gone and done the inventory of each stall. If they have 70 burgers that they can serve today, they'll update it and we'll do a countdown so that the 71st order is not taken. Similarly, all the accounting, like per burger, if he's going to get, the stall guy is going to get 5 rupees, I'm going to get 1, or somebody else is going to get 2. All this is done within the system, and the final tally is being sent to each and every one of them. So all the calculations are being done within this package, sent out to them. So this is one thing that we did. And the US accounting, again, we have done custom check printing because they still print a lot of checks. Quick report creation, then bank reconciliation, then bank registers, and then internal transfers, again because of multiple accounts. So that was mainly what I had to say. Now I'm open to any questions or anything else you would want to ask, WMS or anything else. Okay? Oh.
You work only on a product basis or else liquid form?
I didn't get that.
Warehouse has a solids or liquids. Mine is a liquid.
Acha, so we have not done liquids per se. But I think from a warehouse perspective, it can still be configured to do that. It's not, it will not, I mean, instead of the bins, I mean, the locations being the bins and stuff like that, you look at containers which are containing the, yeah. So it can still be done based on the rules that may be applicable, because you can't be mixing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So on and so forth. But I think, yes, we have not done that per se, but it is not too out of the reach of what we have. I think that's all. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.